Good morning, it's Annie with Manor Farms Homestead. So we are out here in my badly neglected spring garden. I've worked pretty much the past 2 weeks away from home, so the garden has just not had any tending. So there's a lot of weeds and a lot of stuff that needs to be harvested. I did invest some time in my garden in early February, and then also what we're going to be doing later today, I'll show you. That was from late or mid-November that we did. So right now we've got these potatoes down here. We're gonna get these harvested today. They are dying back a little bit. So I've got 2 beds of those. I don't know how well they did. You never know till you start pulling them up, but I never really saw them get as big as a lot of times my potatoes get or bloom. So we'll just have to wait and see what those do. I've got a lot of little loofah gourds popping up everywhere. I don't want these to run everywhere, so I'm gonna get these pulled out. All right, so over here, I've got 2 beds of carrots. They need to be harvested. Most of my lettuce has bolted. I've got some head lettuce back here, romaine, that I can still harvest that's good. All of my spinach has bolted and gone to seed, just from me not being out here. So over here we have some broccoli that really hasn't done anything. I think it got too hot too fast. I really don't see any heads of broccoli. Oh, this is cauliflower, purple cauliflower. So I did see on the cauliflowers that all of them put out little heads. So I think we did have some success with the cauliflower. Let me show you down here. Broccoli didn't do much, but the cauliflower, these are some decent heads of cauliflower. This is a white and purple cauliflower. And here I've got another head of it. And over here, a good one. So we'll get those harvested. This is a rutabaga. I've got to get this out of here. Holy cow.
That's big.
All right. Tomatoes coming on. That's summer garden. Okay, we've got some Brussels sprouts over here. They haven't made anything yet. Again, all of my beds need a lot of weeding. It's just highly neglected. So the big thing on my list today to do is to get the potatoes harvested and my onions. So all of the onions have started to die back. They're ready to be harvested. As you can see, I've got, looks like 6 of them that went to seed. That's not too bad out of these 3 full beds. And I had shown you on a video prior that those in the back that all went to seed were actually some that I planted last season from seed. So most of the ones that I planted as little starts from Dixondale did not go to seed. One of those. Everything else looks good and is ready to harvest. So these are Texas Legend onions right here. And these are kind of small, this little group. We'll see how they look as we go along. These can get really large, but some of these along here are not that impressive. I gotta come through here and weed out all this crabgrass that's grown up in here. Today I just need to get my onions out. It's already gotten hot out here. They might have gotten a little bit more size on them if I'd have kept it weeded a little bit better. Some of them are not very impressive so far. We've had some wet weather over the last week. These probably should have been harvested the week before. once they get ready, it's better to get them out of there than leave them in there with it being really wet. All this grass sucked up a lot of the nitrogen out of here. Again, a very neglected spring garden. So far, these are just not very impressive. Now, onions do have to cure, so these will be laid out to dry in a cool, dry spot. Garage works well. We're gonna put them on the porch down there at the little house. Now, onions are very heavy feeders, so they require a lot of nitrogen to get big. And all this grass in here ate up a lot of their nitrogen, unfortunately. But I just didn't have time to be out here weeding them out. I weeded them out twice, but this crabgrass is pretty aggressive. Anyway, that's not what I'm out here to do right now. Although I find myself not wanting to leave it here. That size or bigger is really your goal on these Texas Earlies. I've grown them before and had some really big ones. I think the grass over here probably was the worst thing on these, not putting on as much size. Also, this bed was a little bit more shaded, and that could have impacted it because we've got much bigger onions in the back. See, like this one has a huge stalk but a tiny little bulb. That should have made a big onion, and it just didn't. So I would assume they just didn't have quite enough nitrogen on them. And or I did fertilize them. The grass stole their nitrogen. Now that one's worthy of being called a Texas legend.
Dirt in my shoes. And those socks on.
It's nice.
Do you only do the cameraman so you don't have to work?
Yeah. Seems I've gotten the seed.
All right, these are the ones that bolted. And as you can see, that really, these onions, it puts a big, these won't store. You can use them immediately, but as far as storing these won't be good for storage. They'll rot. And these were the ones from last year. I have one over there that bolted that we'll keep separate. That was out of the onions that I ordered. It's got a decent sized bulb on it, but again, it shoots this big hard piece right here. A hollow spear down the center. So it won't be good to store. So it looks like we did better over in this bed with the, these are like a Vidalia. They are, so those are Texas Legend, these are Texas Early, and this is a white onion. There, it looks like there's more big ones over in this bed. Again, it could have to do with sunlight because this bed gets a little bit more sunlight than that other bed. Maybe I did a better job of weeding this one. There's still a lot of grass over here too. We've still got some small ones, but it looks like we've got a lot more good sized onions out of this bed. I would say our average size
Is that why some of them
of the Texas Early White compared to the Texas Legend is definitely bigger. Texas Legend should have got bigger, but it didn't. Our red,
Here, get over here.
these actually look like they got to be the biggest.
Here.
These are huge, beautiful onions. And again, this bed down here got the most sunlight of all of these beds. So I think sunlight may have had a big impact on our onion haul as well. So I'll have to keep that in mind for next year. But look at these, they're huge. Impressive, very impressive on the red onions. Before I had grown red Creole and they all just about bolted on me. These, I believe, are Red Bell or Southern Bell, something like that. All of these are really great size onions. We still got the grass in this one, so it may just be a sunlight issue. Onions do like the sun.
Big onions, Annie.
I know, the red ones did really well.
Wow.
And that's your favorite kind. So the plan will be to come back through these beds, and I have one more tray of tomatoes, so I'm going to put as many of those down here as I can. And then if I have more room, plant some beans down here. Put a little nitrogen back in the soil after these onions. I didn't come out here to weed, but I just can't stand seeing all this grass here. My ADD's kicking in.
We'll have to go slow.
I'm not the gate boy this time.
Yeah, you are.
Oh.
Perks of being younger.
Alright, so the red ones are Southern Bell Red.
Oh, it's on.
No, Pierce is going to stand up back here and hold on to this.
Alright.
All right, ladies, let's go dump these.
Alright, here's the onion haul. We've got it down here at the little house. We're planning on setting all these onions on cardboard in here on the porch to cure. They need to dry out for probably about 3 weeks. I mean, you can certainly use some now, but if you want them to store well, they need to lay out and completely dry out. So we're setting out cardboard and we'll start bringing these in here. Alright, here is the final 2024 onion haul. It's a lot of onions.